All right, you wake up April 2021 and you go get some gas. You pay $3 per gallon at the station. Fast forward 1 year, it's April 2022. You go to the same gas station, get the same gas, and you pay $3.09 per gallon. Prices went up 3%. Congratulations, you've just participated in an inflationary event. So what is inflation? Inflation is just an economic term that describes a sustained increase in the prices and goods and services out there. So some people may say, well, inflation is indicative of, a struggling economy, where others would say inflation resembles a booming economy. So let's look at some positives and negatives that have to do with inflation. So number one, inflation erodes your purchasing power. So what does that mean? Well, in the early 1970s, you could have gone and got a cup of coffee and paid 50 cents for that cup of coffee. Well, today, you're going to go and you're probably going to pay about $2.50 for a cup of coffee. So simply put, you just can't, your dollars can't buy as much of a good and service as it once did due to inflation. So secondly, inflation is going to increase the cost of borrowing. So mortgage payments and boat and car payments, as inflation rises, typically interest rates rise as well. So the cost of borrowing is going to go up. And be careful, if you're in some sort of adjustable interest rate, you're going to want to make sure you're paying attention to that, because you could wake up and your payments are much higher than expected. Hope that was part of the budget. Thirdly, inflation increases growth. So, naturally, if people think that prices of goods and services and assets like stocks and real estate, if they're going to increase, well, they want to get out there and buy now ahead of that price increase. So inflation tends to encourage growth as well. Fourthly, inflation potentially increases wages. So if the cost of goods and services is going up and you got a booming economy, wages, what people are paid, should also naturally follow and increase as well. So too much inflation can be a bad thing, right? I mean, if the economy's booming and you got prices, going crazy, that can be problematic. So one of the ways in the United States that we curb inflation or try and keep it down is through the Federal Reserve. They use what's called monetary policy, which is just simply a fancy way of saying that they're going to communicate a certain way and have certain actions to try and keep inflation under control. And all the different tools that they have in terms of monetary policy, that's a whole nother lesson, but really they're just trying to control the money supply out there. So inflation has always been with us historically. Typically consumers feel better in an inflationary environment versus deflation, where your asset prices are falling, stock prices, real estate, so deflation. So you can count on inflation always, being with us. And until next time, I'll see you.